Hi guys, today Mark and I went for a little trip. We went to Smitty's Meat Market down in Tomball, and we also went to Della Casa. It is a pasta market. They make fresh homemade pasta there, and they have all types of wonderful sauces and that type of thing. Well, I wanted to get some bucatini. I love bucatini. So my goal tonight is to make bucatini. To make a sauce for this. Now this is the bucatini, it's fresh. It is going to cook very fast. I'm not going to cook it on the video. What I am going to do is cook the sauce. And I started it earlier. In this pan, I got some lovely Italian sausage, not hot, but regular like Italian sausage at Smitty's. And then I also cut up 5 fresh tomatoes, probably medium size. Is what you want for the tomatoes. I had one more ingredient, sorry. You want 5 medium tomatoes. And then I've got about a tablespoon. You know how I love garlic. I've got a tablespoon of garlic in here. So what I did, I started to brown the meat first. Did that, and then I added the garlic. Remember, I don't want to burn the garlic. So I then added the tomatoes. So right now, this has been cooking for, maybe 6 or 7 minutes. The meat took about 5. The tomatoes, my math is not gonna be right. The tomatoes are gonna take about another 4 or 5. So we really have it going about 9 minutes. So what I'm wanting to do is get most of the liquid out, and let me get this over here so you can see. One of the first times I ever tried a sauce like this was with Ed English and his wife Beth, and we went to the Hollywood Bowl and they served this, and it wasn't hot, it was warm, and they served it with a ravioli. It was lovely. But we're gonna serve it with this fresh bucatini tonight. I'm so excited. So we're gonna use a pound of the bucatini. Again, I've got 1 pound of sausage in here. I've got 5 medium tomatoes, very coarsely diced. I want some, and I didn't peel them, so this is gonna be pretty rustic. The next thing I'm gonna do is put in some crushed red pepper. And you know how we like spice here. So that's about a ½ teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Then we're gonna use some sea salt, and the meat was not salted. I did not salt the meat as I was cooking it. We're gonna go ahead and do that. That's under a tablespoon, so you don't wanna do too much because it will just be overpowering. The next thing we're gonna do is add our heavy cream. I like to, most of the liquid now is off of those tomatoes. We're gonna add about 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream in here and stir that in. Now it's gonna come up, you can see it, it's kind of a salmon color. And I'm gonna put this ingredient over here. Give that a stir. I like chunky sausage. Mark likes it a little finer. I'm cooking, so I get to decide. So we've got this going here. Gonna turn up the heat a wee bit. Now I've got about 3/4 of a cup of fresh basil. My garden is still going, so I've still got the fresh basil, and that is so nice. I'm gonna let this cream basically thicken up a little bit. I'm gonna get a spoon here to taste the saltiness. Good. Now, if you wanted to, at this point in time, you could add a little bit of tomato paste, just a tiny bit. If you wanted more of a color to it, more flavor. It's almost done. And here's where we're gonna add some vodka. I'm not using the Grey Goose or anything like that. I'm just using basically, one of the shelf vodkas. And I'm gonna put about 4 tablespoons in there. Now you could flame this, I wouldn't suggest it though. You could turn up the heat and get some fire going. So we're gonna cook that off a little bit. And then toward the end of all this cooking, I'm gonna do this for about a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and add the basil. At that point in time, the sauce is ready. So easy, so great. The bucatini is gonna take about two to 3 minutes because like I said, it's fresh. And I'll pop that in there and then toss it with some fresh Parmesan cheese. So that's all there is to this. So again, 1 pound of pan Italian sausage, 5 tomatoes, about a tablespoon of garlic, 6, 7, 8, or 9 minutes, depending on how fast you're cooking that pan sausage. Then you're going to add your crushed red peppers. Then you're going to add your cream. You're going to add your salt and pepper. And then you're going to add your vodka. And then you're going to add your basil. Stirring that in. Oh man, it looks so good. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little black pepper in too because I like the different spiciness. Sometimes I use a hot Italian sausage and sometimes it's just a little bit too hot. We're gonna give this another taste. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna turn it off while I get my pasta going. And thanks for stopping in to visit me. I hope you try this. The sauce is good. Talk to you later.